Two-slide bunkhouse North Country camper coming in on trade here at Haylett RV of Coldwater, Michigan. It's a basic series trailer. It's kind of a infantry soldier level sort of thing. It's got some spots where it's a little rough around the edges. I'm going to point out the places where it's not perfect, show you a couple of the high points, and if it looks like it's the right one for you, give us a jingle. We'll get you camping. First, a quick look with the slide closed. This one is going to be like day stop friendly, and what I mean by that is if you need to pull over during the day, pull into a rest stop, never open the slide, get around here. Obviously you don't have to leave the spare tire there, evidently someone decided to, but get around here, get to the fridge. You could sit the kids at the dinette, you could make them a sandwich and whatnot. You can do that, and with the second entry door straight to the bathroom, you can get into there. But to get back into that bunk room, you're going to have to climb over that wall, the U-dinette right there. Now, this being a rack and pinion slide system, if you need to open that slide only like 6 inches to get back there, you can do that without hurting the slide. Just make sure you obviously close it back up when you're done. So like I said, I think she's day stop friendly, but in terms of full travel access, like pretty much anybody else that builds a two-slide bunkhouse, it just isn't there. And again, that's pretty normal. But it is really when this one gets opened up that you really see it in full effect. Not only because it has two big slides, but because the whole camper is bigger. It has a 7-foot ceiling, which is not a common quality you often find, especially in this classification of camper. This is 6 inches taller than standard, and it's still 3 inches taller than what are considered bigger campers. You know, it's very cool. Big super slide too. The sofa and dinette naturally can fold both down into sleepers. This dinette into a very large one, and it has something I really like in a lot of campers. It has that totally free floating folding leg table. It's something I think for less than $40 you can take any pedestal dinette and convert it into one of those, and I bet you're going to be a lot happier camper. No real pun intended there. But central air, central heat, of course, to keep you comfortable. Lighter, decent color tone in here. A little bit nice, warm wood tone. Like I said, the whole camper is simple but effective. But it's got what you're really going to need, where you're really going to need it. And especially when it comes to storage here in the living room. So if we open all this up, you can see storage below the fridge, drawers next to that big pantry over there. And then because the RV is so much taller, you have extra large overhead cabinets and pockets above the fridge and the microwave. A lot of other things just can't usually match. You see how you've got sliding privacy doors for the bedroom, and the TV can spin around. Then over here you have 6 more drawers. There are 9 drawers in the kitchen total. But as we start to pivot around, you see that sleeper sofa also carries a storage chest below it, actually. Not to mention doors for easy storage access below the entirety of the U-dinette there. And then as we come over here into what I'm going to call the hallway across from the bathroom, there's even more either pantry or linen space or whatever you might need it to be. It is absolutely loaded over here. Now, I like the simulated raised panel doors. Inexpensive touches like that. That's something Heartland's actually always been very good at. Locking bathroom door, also something I appreciate. Porcelain foot flush stool is an interesting, nice mismatch that you don't usually find at this budget. And that's because Heartland really got its start as a more high-end fifth wheel manufacturer. So some things like the porcelain stools, it was better and easier for them to just keep using a nicer toilet versus stock a cheap one and a good one. So their cheaper trailers like this North Country, they kind of benefited from it. Now, remember that 7-foot ceiling means you're going to have to be probably 6'9" tall before the ceiling height becomes an issue. And again, a deadbolting door over there in the bathroom for some, easy access and privacy. Sliding privacy door here, just like the front bed, and the slide-out rear bunk room back here. A lot of good news going on. Like, you see that it can fold up during the day to give us some extra daytime space. Now, I believe in full admission. If I see anything, I will tell you in these videos. And what I saw here, when I put this bunk up and down, because it only latches on one side, I think it had been towed down the road a little bit like that. The bunk's been worked over a little bit. It's okay. It still functions, but the bunk's been worked over a little bit. Yeah, just kind of keep that in mind. One other thing I noticed, you see some crinkly wall panel back here. I don't know if it was a window. Like, I can't discern what caused it right now. I don't know if they just left a window open, because there is a fire escape window right there, or if there was a seam failure around a window at some point. But there has been a little bit of water down here, like solid. Now it gets soft right there. This has been compromised a little, but the flooring is still good. So whatever it was, they caught it quickly before it could get to the floor, but it did affect that wall panel. You guys, you deserve to know that. I'm not going to hide it from you. I hope you appreciate the transparency. If we take a look, we can fold that bunk down. You can see you got a 200-pound sleeper there. Obviously, we've got the fold-down sleeper sofa below, and there's storage below that, just like there was storage in the living room, albeit not quite as deep. Big window on the back here and on the bunk. There's windows for both overhead bunks to get you some good light. That's what I call a larger big kid bunk. And this was made before everything had camp kitchens. So there's actually just a big outside storage compartment behind this. And on the inside, you see we've got all this delicious cabinetry space here. Well, if we get inside that, we open it up, take a look, you can see some really good storage space for the bunk room. Even storage behind the shelving there in that, pull-out ladder. So every little nook and cranny on this was used. Another thing I like, lights out switch. When it's time for the kids to go to bed, click, lights out, kids. It's just a nice switch for the parents, because the kids know when it's lights out time, that's it, we're done, it's go time. The living room looks and feels extra large coming this way too, largely due to all the windows and that taller ceiling. This is actually a brand that we carried for a spell here at Haylett RV. There was a time where they really served a really good purpose among our lineup, and then just over the years, different things evolved, and other things just kind of usurped their role, you know. Looks like somebody added the TV here, because that was not standard equipment, although they also have that Jensen CD player, which is kind of nice. Now up here past those privacy doors, somebody swapped in a residential memory foam bed that was definitely not factory issue, and easy access, wide open side stands, and once again the taller ceiling means we can have big overhead cabinets that aren't quite as inclined to knock you on the noggin if you sit up at night. One other thing I noticed is the CO detector was dismounted. Those things have a shelf life, a lifespan, and I think it was this drawer. No, was it this one? There it is. They pulled it off, and these actually wire straight into the RV. They're very easy. It's just red and black, no big deal. They're easy to replace. I just noticed that the previous owners apparently never replaced theirs, so that's a safety item you may very well want to consider. She was built before basically everything had power awnings, so keep that in mind. Manual awning, they're not hard to operate though. For the better part of 50 years, we all got along before power awnings, and nowadays it's like people don't know what to do if you don't have power awnings and auto leveling. There's ways around it, guys. Power tongue jack doing the heavy lifting for us. That would have been an aftermarket add-on. Same as those protective slide awning covers right there. That's definitely not a factory piece of equipment on this trailer, but it will help shield the awning's roof, or nope, shield the slide's roof. There we go. To reduce care, maintenance, upkeep required, not to mention keep the direct sunshine like I'm experiencing currently off that slide. And some pretty serious storage space under the bed here. Check that out. And here it's easier to see while we're outside. Those bunk windows, they do open for airflow, which is really nice. The spare tire we saw earlier, I have that stored in that outside compartment under the bunks I told you about. You see on the back wall here, we do have a handy little outside utility shower. Very nice for hosing the kids off. What's nice here, so if the kids are in the lake and they smell like turtles, you can hose them off, then send them straight into the bathroom right there, and they never have to go tromping through the whole camper, which is really darn nice. And then just to kind of show you how large that is, like I said, I put the spare tire in here. Remember how big that thing is? And it's dwarfed in this compartment. Because remember, this is the kind of compartment where you often find a big camp kitchen. And here you're just finding a big chunk of storage. Previous owners put some aluminum kind of simulator caps, sort of like a big, you know, commercial truck on the steel wheels that are here. And overall the tires look okay, although those, I don't believe those are the original tires, which isn't a bad thing. You know, it's not, they look updated and they look good. They look like they got plenty of tread. Oh, something I forgot to mention too, right up near the front of the camper, right here, there is a gas grill quick connect if you want to do some cooking outdoors and keep the heat outside as well. So I mean, like I said, a couple rough spots, but if you're trying to get out of something with no slide, if you just got a big family, need a lot of space, I think there's a lot of camping left to be had in this one. I've seen worse. Like I've seen much worse. So give us a call here at Haylett RV. We do a little bit of everything: hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, RV delivery, and everything in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy Haylett camping, everyone.